What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel with my guy, Jacoby. He is back in the building. We are here to discuss some Dolphins football, everybody. Jacoby, welcome back. How's it going? Have things changed since you've been gone with the Dolphins?
No, absolutely not. And I was kind of hoping a 1 week absence would refresh things, hopefully coming off a win and talking about a 3-3 Dolphins team with Tua coming back. But nope, it's the complete opposite. And they didn't skip a beat coming out of that bye week, which was completely expected. So I'm glad to be back, though. And I got a lot to say about this one.
I can only imagine, man. I mean, first of all, obviously, losing again to the Indianapolis Colts hurt, bro. And the way we lost hurt, it's like the same old stuff that we've been saying for the last couple weeks, because that's the same thing that's been on display with just a little bit more each and every week about something to get more pissed off out of. But they had an opportunity to have Tua come back at 3-3. You would have had an extremely nice little cushion over the New York Jets, who picked up their fifth loss. Blown opportunity. But what are your takeaways from the game against Indianapolis?
My biggest takeaway is that this coaching staff is beyond lost. I am at a loss for words. I thought I wouldn't have saw a worse display after the Titans game, but holy shit. Your star receiver, the number one ranked player in the NFL, got his first catch with 2 minutes left in the game. That you can't tell me that's on the quarterback. That the coach has to find a way to get your stars the ball. That's my biggest takeaway, is that this coaching staff is completely lost. My second biggest takeaway, man, is that Anthony Weaver deserves a fucking medal. This dude has kept the Dolphins in every single game that they have lost this year, and I don't think he's getting enough credit. If the Dolphins were to clean house today, I would keep Weaver in a heartbeat. I have been beyond impressed with the defense is showing, despite the injuries. The defense gave Miami every chance in the world to win this game, and they simply couldn't against a very underwhelming Colts team.
Yeah,
those are my two biggest takeaways.
Yeah, no, I've seen some things floating around. They were saying, I forgot who tweeted this, saying that, hey, yo, I wouldn't be mad if Anthony Weaver had the keys to this team, man.
No, I saw that exact tweet. No, I know which tweet you're talking about.
Yeah, and I actually thought about it. I'm like, damn, that actually right now it looks so bad that it doesn't seem like a bad idea. But there were so many different takeaways for me. I mentioned just like losing to this team, and you continue to, my concern was don't beat yourself, and that's exactly what the Dolphins did. I mean, they were, losing the football, fumbling twice. The play calling, I mean, everyone's talked about it, including you, about the Alec Ingold fullback dive on first down. And then you see these two just, all three of these guys goofing around on the sideline. And remember, we touched on this even when you were at the game in Seattle. I threw up a picture of Skylar Thompson laughing, and it's like, yo, this culture, it's a pure embarrassment, man. Like, what are your takeaways on after seeing that, man?
I mean, if it was a couple weeks ago, I'd be absolutely infuriated. But right now, I'm just so done with this coaching staff in this culture problem. A lot of people are still sticking their head out for Mike McDaniel on Twitter, and it's ridiculous, man. I mean, you're in the biggest game of the year right now. You got to get to 3-3 before Tua comes back, and you're down there with no catches, no targets, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and you're laughing. I mean, that's just a horrible look, and that just tells me that this team is just so clocked out. They don't give a shit, and Mike McDaniel is just enabling it. You can't tell me he's not. So this is just a complete shit show, man, and I don't even think Tua really fixes anything. This team's 2-4 now, and to get a shot at playoffs, you, like we said a few weeks ago, you have to go 8-3 from here on out against teams like the Niners, Texans, Packers, and Bills, Jets twice. This shit's over. That's my opinion. I'm still going to be here every week to recap it, but this is embarrassing, and you're a bigger laughing stock than the Titans. And I don't think that pisses off anybody on this team right now, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it really is, man. I mean, Jalen Waddle finishing the game with 1 catch for 11 yards, Tyreek Hill with 1 catch for 8 yards. It's disgusting. And some of the things that's been on display, it leads you to only question, like, okay, is Tua coming back? Does this just dramatically click and everything just starts to hit on all cylinders? I feel like that's so embarrassing that after, all this talk surrounding Tua, it's like, damn, like we're that reliant on Tua to make sure that your offense goes, even with guys like Tyreek and Waddle, like you can't make things shake. I feel like that's just it's crazy to me that like so many things I have to see, and Arizona, you got a nice little matchup with Arizona, whose defense obviously can't get scored upon. Granted, they won yesterday against the Chargers, but that's a defense that's not the best, so you can get into the groove of things. But on to Tua coming back from IR. He had an interview. You hit me up about it. I mean, you liked a lot of things that you heard. He did say all the right things, in my opinion. But what were your takeaways from that press conference? Was there something that we should keep an eye on?
I thought his demeanor. Sorry, I thought his demeanor was a little hostile towards the media. I thought he had a bit of an attitude, which I'm fine with. I mean, I need somebody to show emotion right now
Yeah. Oh
because
yeah.
it's just too cool right now. And I said this on Twitter multiple times throughout the last 24 hours. I'm hoping he's mad because he knows he should have been playing the last few weeks. Because again, Adam Schefter tweeted, I believe it was Schefter, that he has been symptom free since the day after he got hurt. And Miami wasted no time putting him on the IR. So I think there is some frustration looming in that decision because and a lot of people are saying, oh, well, they needed to make sure he had all the time in the world. I'm like, no, you paid this guy $200+ million. Stop babying him. And I hope Tua feels the same way. Like he knows he should have been out there. Not one person told him to retire. Not one person said he should take the rest of the season off. And he flew across country less than a week later. The putting him on the IR has single-handedly probably like threw your season away, especially when it's 4 games, not 4 weeks, and you had a bye in there. It's complete malpractice and a complete shit show by McDaniel and Chris Greer. And I feel like everyone's saying they had to do it to avoid publicity, criticism.
Fuck
No,
that.
you gave this guy $200+ million. If he's symptom free, he better be on the fucking field.
Yep.
So it's a complete shit show. And, like I said, it just blows me away. There's so many players out there right now that are hurt and they've been just missing week to week to week. They don't get put on the IR. So just putting them on the IR was just so fucking stupid. And I'm just blown away by the decision. I really am.
Yeah, no, it's completely disgusting. It's like, bro, why not just treat it as a week to week basis? You know what I'm saying? Like, why go ahead and surrender yourself to just having them sit out for 4 straight games? I mean, do you not value the season at all after paying this extension? Like, if you talk so much about this window and everything, and you're gonna put your quarterback on IR, he's not even asking to be on IR at that. It's disgusting, man. It really is. It's frustrating beyond belief. And to be honest, they might actually get away with this because the whole AFC, it looks like it's up for grabs. And that's just crazy because these people are not even going to, if they get into the playoffs, the way the mentality about Greer is and his sarcasm with these interviews, he probably thinks like, as long as we make it, it's all right. But some of this stuff is not all right. You know what I'm saying? We're lucky to be in a situation where we can actually still make it in. Whether that does happen, that remains to be seen. But the fact that we're not even buried down low in the AFC, like we're just so freaking lucky, and it's ridiculous because Greer just keeps getting away with shit. I just don't understand it, bro.
I totally get what you're saying right there, and I'm kind of on a different standpoint because I don't really feel like they've gotten away with it because and if you look at it this way, you have lost to every easy team except for the Patriots on your schedule. I don't think that's getting away with it. I think you're in deep shit now, and everyone knows it. So like every winnable game, like so far on the schedule, you've pretty much lost. Except for the Patriots. So I think that they're in the worst spot they could be. Yeah, the AFC has underperformed, but damn well. Like, and I thought the trade deadline was this week. I guess it's not week 8 anymore. I guess I missed that. So a lot of teams are still going to make some moves. And I think it's only going to get tougher from here on out. And we have seen no reason to believe this team is going to crawl out of this hole this season. We haven't seen it. We haven't had a reason to believe that this season. So, you know, and we haven't even heard anything about Bradley Chubb. Like there's just so much question marks right now at the worst time possible. So that's where I stand on that right now.
No, yeah, I definitely understand. I see it. The difference is because I view it a little bit differently with Tua coming back. Like I actually think things are actually going to start to click on all cylinders, like pretty much like freaking magic, which is ridiculous to even say. And
Yeah.
I know you feel I know you feel differently about it. So I guess that's why we disagree here, because I just bro, like. I
I mean,
really
when you're
think
on the
that.
IR, you can't even practice. If you're not on the IR, you can be a limited participant, I believe. So, I mean, he's coming off a whole month without playing football. We'll see. I don't expect it to click right away, and it's kind of has to. You
Yeah.
got some winnable games coming up, so but we'll see.
Yeah, and their next four is, Arizona, you got Buffalo, you got Los Angeles Rams, the Raiders, and the Patriots. So,
and the Rams might be blowing it up. So,
yeah. So
you're going to have your chances here. So,
yeah, but you have zero room for error. That's the thing, man. And that's what the unfortunate situation that our GM and our head coach has freaking put us in. There's nobody else to blame. I mean, 70 total freaking points for this Miami Dolphins team this season.
They put that up in one game last year.
They put that up in one game. You got 70 points after how many games? It was 6 games played.
That's disgusting.
This is disgusting. And you mean to tell me that this is like we just signed this coach to an extension, bro? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's done nothing but backfire, and I just don't think there's any accountability. I mean, we've heard the same response out of Mike McDaniel since week 3. Like, I got to find better ways to get Tyreek and Jalen the ball. I don't know how many times I've heard that the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And, it's, man, it's disappointing. And especially when the defense is balling the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, if we had this defense with last year's offense, man, that would have been amazing. But it just sucks. You have a star-studded roster, and, couldn't even all you had to do was bring in a competent backup quarterback. That's literally all you had to do.
Yeah.
Not a former starter, not even like an Andy Dalton or a Joe Flacco, just somebody competent.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tim Boyle, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. So somebody competent would have been nice. And they were out there. They were out there to get, bro. Like it wouldn't have cost you that much. And at the end of the day, even if it did cost you a little bit, you got Tua out there under center. We know his risk of concussions. I mean, come on now. It's just complete malpractice. But the Dolphins are sitting here at the 10th best record in the AFC now. I mean, one game behind a playoff spot, which is just freaking ridiculous to me. But
yeah, it's crazy how underwhelming the AFC has been this year. And I think the Bills are clear favorites, I think, to still get our division. I mean, I don't think we'll see what happens with the Jets if they click it. But, I mean, look what happened last week. In the span of 3 hours, both the Jets and Bills go and get huge upgrades, and Miami does nothing. I'm not saying go get a receiver, but you have to be on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you went all in on this roster. I think you have to counter something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like if the Jets didn't trade for Devontae Adams that morning, I don't think the Bills make the trade for Cooper yet.
No,
that's just my opinion. I think the Bills are staying on top of things and keeping their roster stable. So,
yeah, I think that happened straight reaction out of Devontae Adams. It's like, you know what? Like, all right, they're trying to get above us. Let's we don't need this piece, but let's put it in there just in case, and we have a nice cushion. So we'll be able to build Amari Cooper up slowly, and then he'll be in it for the long haul. Listen, I'm giving this division already to the Buffalo Bills. Like, we're not taking that from them. Like they already have won it to me, bro, 7 weeks in.
Yeah, it's you got to give credit to where credit's due. I mean, Josh Allen is having an MVP season, hasn't thrown an interception yet, and the Bills were, a lot of them, they got a lot of favorites to still run it back in the division, but I for sure had them being third place. I mean, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I
Damn.
thought they would be third in this division. I thought the Jets were going to be much better, and I thought with the upgrades we made that we'll be right there in the AFC East fight. So you got to give credit to where credit's due. Sean McDermott, no matter who he's got, he knows how to win games over there. So it is what it is, and we're going to see those guys in a couple weeks, and we got to run it back with them. So still screw the Bills, but you got to give credit to where credit's due.
No, for sure, man. Before we get into our little preview and our keys to victory, what do the Dolphins have to do to have a chance at something this season? What do you need to see?
I mean, what I need to see is, pure just like making the right adjustments on the offense. The offense has to come awake first and foremost, but you have to be able to adjust. You have to be able to counter. When teams take your best players out of the game, you have to be able to get them back involved. It's like whenever something goes wrong, it's just self-destruct mode. This coaching staff has to evolve in a drastic way the next few weeks. They have to be able to get their players the ball with or without Tua. That is my biggest thing. If Mike McDaniel can figure out a way to get this offense back and running, and I mean, I'm fully confident they can go on a huge run here. Making playoffs, I'm not too sure. But this team really just the offense has to wake up. And I mean, there's not much more to say about that. I mean, we haven't seen it in 3 years, Mike McDaniel being able to adjust, but now this is the time you have to adjust. And he's had 4 straight weeks to do so. And it's not like we've even seen a positive trajectory. I feel like it's just gotten worse every week. So I don't know I don't know what steps you have to take to do that. I feel like his play calling needs to be stripped from him immediately.
Oh my God.
That's just my opinion. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing. The offense has to wake up. The O-line hasn't been terrible.
That's the crazy thing, bro.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
I mean, I think Aaron Brewer has been playing great. Mm-hmm. So, I just think somebody needs to light a spark. Somebody needs to just get pissed off and go light a fucking spark under this team right now. But
on the offense,
and it has to probably start with the head coach. So that's my biggest thing, that we need to see a huge turnaround this week.
The sad part is, like you mentioned it, bro. We were so worried about the offensive line. The offensive line is doing a solid job. We're worried about the running backs, and shit. You got production from 3 running backs now. The defense, who we were kind of like, all right, what is Weaver gonna do here? We're a little bit iffy. Let's see what we got. Losing Jalen Phillips, not having Bradley Chubb. They freaking have balled the hell out, and you're getting that toughness from the defensive side of things. I mean, Calais Campbell's having an awesome season. Sealer's having a good season. Jalen Ramsey, and the offense that everyone is so enamored with, that's the biggest question mark. And that is crazy after, leading the league in passing yards just a year ago. But ladies and gentlemen, Tua is back. He is set. Did he clear concussion protocol, or is that still pending?
I haven't heard anything about that, but all I keep hearing is that it's fully expected that he's going to play. Okay. I mean, I don't see any way he doesn't pass concussion protocol, and if he's been symptom free. So we'll see. But one thing I do want to cover is that he's still opting to not go with a Guardian cap.
Yeah, I saw that. What do you think about that?
I don't know how much I totally don't like the decision. I mean, I know there's some conflicting reports about how effective those things are, but I feel like in his case, you need to try something because you're just so prone to these freaking concussions. So, I mean, I was kind of surprised that he chose not to go with that. I haven't heard your reaction on that part either. So.
No, for me, I'm a little bit half and half. I don't think it's necessary, because a lot of these things, bro, it's more Tua himself. Like, he has opportunity to get away from these concussions even happening. It's just like, are you gonna have the IQ to throw yourself down, to slide, to throw the ball away, to just understand and have pocket awareness like Brady used to do, man? You can literally prevent so many of these hits from happening. It's like, bro, you're not Patrick Mahomes. Like, somebody just like have that fucking like written on Tua's locker. You are not Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like, like, just get the fuck down. You can't take you're just fragile, bro. Like, at the end of the day. So Guardian cap, it's like, I don't. It's, to me, I'm just concerned. Is like, yo, Tua, like, are you gonna just
make the right play?
Yeah, make the right play and just give yourself up if you have to, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see what happens this Sunday. I feel like he has a great chance to come in there on Sunday and just wake this fan base up, wake this offense up, get everybody allowed, get a good win, and then you see what happens after that. But
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like the Dolphins just can't just win this game. They need to win this game. They need to get a thrilling victory, whether it's a blowout or a close, thrilling win. It needs to be a statement victory, in my opinion, this Sunday. And a clear, sloppy win, I don't even think that's good enough. I think you
No.
need to have a huge win this week.
You know how you get this fan base back?
How's that?
You you smack the Cardinals and you
And
go and beat Buffalo.
yeah, well,
Simple as that. Is that going to
yeah,
happen? Probably
we
not.
can dream all we want, man, but
But you got to admit that would be how you kind of get
no,
us
yeah, I
like
agree. I mean,
back in.
I agree. That would be, I mean,
That's kind of like okay.
I'd be fucking pumped. I'd be going crazy, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna just take it 1 week at a time right
We
now.
have to. Yeah, we have to. But that's the way. And I honestly, I do not see that happening. I do not see
Yeah,
that happening. But that is the way. Like, just we need results, bro.
yeah.
We need results, man. So the Arizona Cardinals, a team that doesn't look too great. They had some, some nice pieces added. Marvin Harrison Jr. over there. Kyler Murray is obviously still there under the helm. James Conner, fairly new coaching staff over there. What are your takeaways on the Cardinals this season? What do you think about them?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been a little underwhelming. But like I didn't think yesterday's victory was all too like thrilling. I mean, that game was like 7-6 in the third quarter, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
But I still think Kyler Murray has the ability to make special plays, and I think they're gonna have their hands full with him and Marvin Harrison. So we'll see. I'm not too impressed, but I really expected more from them this season, but I'm going to take anybody against our team right now, but we'll see. But
Mhm.
I mean, I think Kyler Murray, with the rushing ability, it always gives Miami issues. So I mean, you can't let him give the Cardinals any extra plays. But all in all, I think it's been a little underwhelming for me with the Cardinals.
Yeah, for me too. They're a little bit inconsistent, man. Like I liked what they did in the draft. I like, having a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, they started out making a statement against Buffalo, almost winning that game. Then they came back and smacked the Rams. They held in there with the Lions. They beat the 49ers also. But then they also have got games where they gotten smacked up too. I mean, they lost 42-14 to the Commanders. They lost 34-13 to the Packers. Dealing with a couple of injuries too, but they are a team that I think is a threat because, when you got guys like Kyler Murray that could roll out and kind of kill you with his legs, that's something that the Dolphins definitely, I can see them having trouble with. So let's go with our keys to victory, man. Let's all assume Tua's coming back and you got the gang back together, taking on the Cardinals. You're at home, which is good for Tua to trying to get some confidence under his belt. Like I said, the Cardinals defense, you can run on them and pass on them. So Miami has a nice little matchup here, but what are your keys to victory to finally turning things around, man?
Yeah, my first victory is going to be Cheetah and Waddle. That's it. These two need to have a big game. They need to be involved, and like from the get go, these two need to have statement performances, and that's what's going to get this offense going. You get those two involved, your run game will be effective. So I mean, that's my most important key. Second key is Anthony Weaver. Keep it up. Like keep doing what you're doing. This defense, I think, if they had the performance they did last week against Indianapolis, I think Miami will win this game because I think the offense gave Indianapolis like 10 points. So I feel like just if the defense plays exactly how they did on Sunday, I think they win this game for sure. And then my third key is just straight up protect Tua, and also like I want to combine this one with just Tua. Make the right plays, protect yourself. Like you don't need to be the hero. You just need to do what you got to do what the system is meant for you to do. And I think with Miami will be in great shape. This shouldn't be a competitive game. Miami on paper should stomp this team, but but they haven't been the team they have been on paper. So they follow those three keys. I think they blow them out, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you, man. My keys to victory is kind of similar, man. It's a lot having to do with the offense, man. Offense, offense, offense. Scoring 70 total points this season is an embarrassment, man. We're gonna say that your excuse is that you don't have Tua. Now you have Tua. You're going against a team that, I mean, on average gives up 236 plus yards in the passing game and 130 plus rushing yards in the running game. Listen, yo, you have no excuses at home. Got everybody back. Yeah, you put up 70 against Denver last year. You're you're going against a Cardinals team that sucks, man. Put up some fireworks, bro. Like it enough excuses. We need results here. The fan base deserves results. I want to see. I think my most important key is obviously, Tyreek Hill, getting him involved early, setting the tone. This guy has been underperforming this year. Obviously because of the quarterback play. You got your guy back. Go ahead, give us 2 touchdowns. Second is obviously Tua. I mean, it should be first. Tua just staying, getting out of his way, not putting himself in trouble. If you see a guy, if you see some pressure, don't be afraid to go down. Trust yourself to make the next play. Give up a down if you have to. That's the unfortunate situation that we have to deal with, but it's what he has to do. So, and then the third key is I would like for Mike McDaniel to continue the running game. He shied away from it a little bit in the second half, but now that you got Tua back, don't mix it up, man. Don't be so one dimensional. Don't be so pass heavy. Don't be so run heavy. Like understand that Jalen Wright, Achan, and Mostert have given you solid runs lately. Let's keep them going. Like this offense should be well balanced and complete. You have enough weapons out there to get creative. So just put it together, man. And I want to see the Dolphins score. I mean, man, I want to say 40, but at least over 30 points, man. Like we really
Yeah,
need to see that.
that'd be nice.
At least 30. Give us at least 30 against this mediocre defense. They should be able to do it, man.
No, I couldn't agree more, man. I mean, I don't even think they broke 30 in week 1, didn't they? I think it was just around 20 points. So,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've seen this offense just go the fuck off, even dating back to last season. So, that'd be a great outcome. And I'm gonna give it everything I got for this week. I really want this team to get back on track this week.
I do also want to I just saw this. Anthony Weaver's defense is giving up the least amount of passing yards right now this season with
Wow.
927. Everybody else is well over 1,000. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean the defense is balling, the offense is not. But shout out to Weaver. I definitely want to just say that.
Yeah.
So scoring predictions, man. What do you have this final score being?
So here's my prospect my process here. The way I'm seeing this season right now, I think the door is closed on this season. That's truly how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But that door can get opened with a win here. A lose here is going to just put the deadbolt on this door. So I'm going to give it everything I got, which is why I'm going to pick Miami to win this game. Got nothing else to lose. I think this is the make it or break it. So I'm going to pick Miami. I'm going to predict the offense returns. I'm going to say they're going to win this game 27-14.
Okay, I like it. 27 to 4. You know what, Jacob? I'm with you on that. I like that.
Yeah.
27-14. I think Weaver, he definitely has both of our respect, man. To definitely
Yeah.
shut down Arizona to 14. I can definitely see that. And like I said, I want 30, but I don't see it happening right away. 27, I think, is a nice little sweet spot. Actually, I'm with you. I got the Finns winning 27-14. This is must win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. This is must win territory, especially with the game against Buffalo the following week. You have to win this game. If not, I'm with you, man. I'm putting rats because, like I said, you got to get at least 10 wins. That means you can only lose 7 games to get into the playoffs. In my opinion,
Yeah.
this one will put you at 5. You're going to tell me that you're not going to lose more than 2 times when you still got San Francisco, New York Jets twice, Buffalo. Like, nah, it's all or nothing here. I got the Dolphins finally freaking winning 27-14. Tua's back, man. Tua is back. Zell says 28-10 Miami. Giannis says Miami going to win. Eric B Sports Daily, go Fins 31-20. Hey, that's what I want to see. I want to see 30, man. Thanks
Get
for
the vibes
chatting.
back in here. We need them.
Listen, we need it, man. And listen, once we start to see things kind of rolling, we'll start to feel a little bit better. But right now, we are cautiously picking the Dolphins to win.
We got
this is
nothing to
it.
lose. I mean,
That's it.
this is probably going to dictate the season. I know we've been saying that a lot, but this you can't afford to lose another winnable game, and it starts this week. So you either lock the season up as a failure or you give yourself some hope. I'm not saying they turn the season around with this win, but you open back up the door for a possibility. That's my opinion on it.
Absolutely. And like, don't you listen, Buffalo is next. And then after that is a trade deadline. I mean, don't look too far ahead, one game at a time, but the season is still there's still a chance, which is crazy. But take care of what you got to take care of. Don't worry about everyone else's record. Let's hope the Dolphins get back on track. But Jacoby, let's get into our fantasy football segment. I lost a heartbreaker, bro. I had an
Yeah, I
88%
saw
chance
that.
to win, bro. And CJ Stroud puts up 5. I started Waddle, thinking that he was gonna get targets. He got 2 points. I'm lucky he got 2, bro, because he had
Hey,
0.
you
He had
you
0.
really suffered. You really suffered in my absence last week because I had Waddle on my situms.
Oh my god, man. I just like it was kind of a switch I made late too. And I'm like, I had that little Dolphins juice thinking I was gonna see something. Fooled again, like I've been all year, man. But talk to me, man.
Yeah, so I do want to pick. I do want to pick something up from last week, because I wasn't here. But my team was back the week before. Man, I got AJ Brown back in the lineup, and he puts up a solid 23 points. Everybody in my lineup except for one player had over 25 points, and I had a whopping 175 points for that week. This week, not as much, but I still got a blowout win with 116 points. I'm currently second place. But our league is looking like this, dude. We got 4 teams that are at 4-3 right now, and then me and your brother have the most separation out of the league. So points are going to matter in this playoff bracket. So I think that's something to look out for, because I don't even think I'm top 3 in points. I might be top 3. I might right be there. So your points are going to matter in this league. But it's been fun. I think last week was a pretty good week for the league. Too many injuries though, man. Chris Godwin, I have in my other league, just fucking terrible, man. Pulled a freaking Mike. I would expect that shit out of Mike McDaniel to get, like, when he got Chubb hurt against the Ravens last year in garbage time, and then there goes Chris Godwin. So it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for sure.
The list goes on and on, man. On and
Yep.
on.
So going on to my stardoms, I'm going to give this guy a little break here. I haven't picked him at all in my stardoms this year, I believe, or maybe once. Maybe it was week 1. But I'm going to give Jalen Hurts the start. I know he's been getting a lot of hate, but he's got a pretty good matchup in Cincinnati, who are averaging almost 20 points a game to quarterbacks. So he's going to be my first start. And with AJ Brown back, I think he's been more of a reliable start. And then my second one is my guy, Jordan Love, man. This dude slings the fuck out of the rock, man, and he's rolling in Green Bay right now. He's got the Jaguars this week, who still remain dead last in points against quarterbacks. They're averaging almost 24. So I'm going to give Jordan Love the start. And that's actually going to be my start of the week. I love that start. So I'm going to go with that. And then going to my situms, I've been loving this 49ers downfall, man. This has been awesome. Been trying to tell you all. Brock Purdy is my first situm. I think he's going to have a rough game against Dallas. I know Dallas hasn't been the best, but I think with all the injuries and now without Brandon Ayuk, I think the real Brock Purdy is going to continue to stay. So that's who I'm going with for that one. And then my second one is going to be Geno Smith. He's going up against Buffalo. You might be a little shocked here because Kyler Murray is going against the Dolphins, who are the first-ranked defense against quarterbacks right now, which is kind of crazy. So I didn't want to pick Kyler because I didn't want to jinx anything. So I'm going with Geno here, going against the Bills, who are ranked 8th, and they're averaging 14 points to quarterbacks. And the Seahawks have been a little bit up and down right now, so I feel safe with that one.
I like it. I would have been so pissed if you said Kyler, dude.
Yeah, no. So I'm not going with that one.
Good,
And then
good choice.
To my stardom running backs, this one's pretty obvious, but with the addition of Devontae Adams, this dude is going to feast in this Jets offense, and that's Breece Hall. Dude had a crazy game against the Steelers. He was just on fire from the start, man. He only had 12 attempts for 38 yards, but he had 6 receptions for 67 yards and a couple of touchdowns, I believe. 26 fantasy points. Get Breece Hall back in your lineups. And my second one, Kenneth Walker. He's got a great matchup against Buffalo, who are ranked 31st against running backs. So I love that matchup. I think that's going to be a good game, actually. I think Geno's going to struggle, but I think that's going to be a good game. And they're going to be playing at Seattle, I believe. So that'll be a good one. To my sit-ems, going to go with Raheem Mostert. Dude let me down big time. I know he's been a little more reliable since he's been back from injury, but dude fumbled. What did he fumbled once or twice? I can't remember.
I believe he fumbled once and then it gave it to them right
well,
there.
His fumble was just
Costly,
backbreaking. So
yeah,
I'm gonna sit him for sure. And I think Achane and Jalen Wright get more involved this week. I think Wright looked amazing. The 3 carries he got. So I'm gonna sit Mostert for sure. And then my second one's gonna be James Conner. Let me see here. Yeah, James Conner. Miami hasn't been too good against the run, but I think Anthony Weaver is going to force the Cardinals to pass a lot more. And I think if Conner does get a lot of points, it's going to be off receptions. So that will be my second sit-em there.
Okay. Don't mind it.
To my wide receiver stardom, his first pick of the season after 3 sit-ems this year, Tyreek Hill.
Oh,
I'm calling it. He's going to come back going up against the Cardinals, ranked 26th in defense. The Cardinals averaged 35 points to wide receivers, and that's crazy. So let me get Tyreek Hill back in my lineup. I'm actually trying to trade for him too. So let's. I'm not going to doubt the first ranked player in the NFL. I'm not going to doubt him. Okay, and then my second guy, AJ Brown. He's my receiver right now, and he's had back-to-back 20-point performances. And he's got the Cincinnati Bengals, who are right next to the Cardinals in points allowed to receivers. So those are my 2 startums for wide receivers. And then my sit-ems are going to be pretty basic. Chris Olave, sit him the rest of the season. I'm just going to tell you that right now, man. The Saints are done. They are looking rough. So I'm going to keep Olave away from my team. And then my first one, he's returning from injury. My next one, he's returning from injury, going up against the ranked 32nd defense against receivers. They're averaging a whopping 45 points a game to receivers. That is Cooper Kupp. He has not played since week 2 when he got hurt, and in week 1 on 21 targets, he had 32 fantasy points. And I expect Matthew Stafford to give him the ball as much as he needs this Thursday. So Cooper Kupp, welcome back to my lineup. Let's kick some ass. And he might get traded. If he gets traded, watch out. If he goes to a team like the Chiefs who need a receiver, holy shit. So yeah. So I'm excited for that. I think I went off course a little bit here though.
I
think I had 3 stardoms, but I skipped Cooper Kupp, so I went back to him there. So I'm back on track here. My second sit-em though. Sorry, got a little excited there.
All good.
Yeah, my second sit-em is CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys are struggling, man. I wasn't here to recap what happened to them against the fucking Lions, but holy shit, dude. The Cowboys are going down so freaking fast, but they do have a good matchup against the Niners, and I'm going to be pulling from them there. But I'm not going to pick any receiver against that Niners defense. So I'm going to pick CeeDee Lamb to get the sit-em for sure. But yeah, sorry for the little diversion there. I wanted to do 3 stardoms because I wanted to get some love to my Cooper Kupp, is coming back to my lineup. So there we go. Now moving on to the tight ends. I'm going to keep rolling with this guy because he is just the only bright spot on that Raiders team. And I did get him in my other league. That's going to be Bowers. He remains the tight end 1. And, now without Devontae Adams, I think they're just going to force feed that man even more. 14 targets, 10 targets, 12 targets, the last 3 games. And I believe Devontae Adams has been out for all those games. So I expect him to just fully make him the focal point of that offense right now. That's all they really got. And you got to expect this. The Raiders are going to be passing all game long. Yeah. So I think Brock Bowers is going to stay the tight end 1 of the year. So that I think that's not even overstating it. And I have George Kittle, who's been killing it. So I'm going to give the edge to Bowers. He's been killing it. And then now my second stardom, this was a little tough because, like I said, this has just been a weird year for tight ends. And look what's going on in Green Bay right now with this guy, Tucker Kraft, man.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Tight end 1.
Like what?
And tight end 4, my bad. The tight end 4, and he has not even broken 6 targets in the last 3 weeks, and he's still putting up huge numbers in the tight end game, and he only had 12 last week. So 12 fantasy points. So, and now he's going against the Jaguars, who are ranked 26th against tight ends. So I'm going to give the guy the start. I haven't shown him enough love on the show, so let's get him into your lineups for sure. Keep him there, and you can probably still trade for him right now too. I don't think his value has hit his peak yet. So now going to my sit-ems, this one probably a little bit self-explanatory. But it's going to be Jake Ferguson. I don't expect if the Cowboys are even going to get going offensively, I think it's either going to be in the run game or they're going to be throwing the ball to try to get CeeDee Lamb going early. But I don't know, man. I don't have faith in this Cowboys offense right now. I know Jake Ferguson has been a reliable start, but the Niners are pretty good against tight ends. And I don't know. This is just going to be a weird game for the Cowboys. So like I said, the tight end spots have just been a little iffy, and I'm trying to get one right because my last few weeks I've kind of been missing on the tight end spots. So I'm gonna throw a wild pitch, Jake Ferguson for my first sit-em, and then for my second sit-em, I'm gonna roll with Kincaid again. Kincaid has just been very underwhelming. I expected him to be a really big vocal point in this Buffalo Bills offense, and now adding Amari Cooper, I think it just takes away less opportunities for him. Seahawks are not too good against tight ends, but I just haven't seen that breakout game from Kincaid yet. So I'm going to roll. I think that's a safe sit-em, even though he's the tight end 12. But I think this is going to be a good week. A lot of injuries, a lot of opportunities for players to step up, a lot of guys returning. So hopefully players stay healthy this week. I think this week sucked in terms of injuries. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But I'm just my wide receivers segment. I got some favorites, and I need Tyreek Hill to return. So there's my segment.
I like him. Bro, the tight ends position it's always tricky, but this year is just weird, man.
And like I said, the last few weeks I've just been missing. Like I either get one completely wrong or I get one or I pick one that just gets hurt, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna throw a wild pitch in there. I know Ferguson's been reliable, but I'm gonna call it. He's gonna have the worst game of the year for him. So that's just my pick right there.
And coming off the bye week, man.
Yeah.
Giannis says he has 3 top 8 tight ends. That is nasty work, bro. That is nasty to have that on your team. If you guys offer up, bro, 3 top 8 tight ends, man, like Jesus. That is nasty work. Yo, what do you think about the Cleveland Browns in terms of fantasy now with no Deshaun Watson? Are you buying some Judy more and Joe?
I kind of before I give any predictions, I want to see what they're going to do for the quarterback position. Is Jameis going to get it? Because Jameis isn't even the QB2, and I'm not even sure who the QB2 is right now. So it's man, like I know it's tough for us right now, but I can't even imagine being a Browns fan right now. Like just when you got out of the darkness, you've had a competitive team, you make the weird move for Deshaun Watson, and now he's probably done for at least maybe a season and a half. We'll see. But I mean, God, I feel bad for those fans right now. So, but yeah, until they get their situation figured out, then I'll revisit it for their players.
I think the fans kind of want Jameis though, to be honest. I think
that gives them the best chance. They should have kept Flacco. I don't understand. He won comeback player of the year when your quarterback went down. They should have kept Flacco, man. That was a mistake.
Yeah, dude. But I think Watson sucks so bad that I think they're better off with Jameis. Like I think the fans, wanted this and Stefanski, but I feel like because they paid so much money to Watson, they kind of had to do it. But now you have I think like 1 win. It's hard to climb back in now, but I think
Jameis and then I heard Schefter on Pat McAfee pretty much talk about like any quarterback they bring in has to make considerably less than what Deshaun Watson's making. So it's gonna be challenging for them to figure this out. But you know what? That's on them. A fully guaranteed deal on a guy who hadn't seen the field in 2 years.
Yeah, it's their fault.
I don't feel bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, you got rid of Baker when Baker kind of got you back in. Things kind of started to roll, and look what Baker's done since then. I mean, he's been solid.
Absolutely. It's a head scratcher for sure. So, but we'll see. I mean, that's just one less AFC team we don't have to worry about. So that's okay with me.
Until we play them and that defense shuts us
down.
No,
you can't convince me that game's going to stay Sunday night. So I feel like that game's going to get flexed out of Sunday night, which is good for Miami. So we'll see.
That is true. That is true, man. It would be crazy though, if they make a run with Jameis. Then you had the Browns making a run with Flacco and then making a run with Jameis. It's like that looks super bad even worse for Watson.
No, absolutely.
Oh,
so it's Bailey Zappi who's the other quarterback. Is that what Nando said here? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jameis and Bailey Zappi. Okay. Damn.
Wow.
I got a lot of different guys.
Yeah, you have to go with Jameis though.
yeah. I think he gives you. He's a gunslinger, bro. And yo, these guys, they got some talent in that room, bro. And Nick Chubb also got a touchdown. Welcome back, Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I got him as well. Happy to have him back for sure.
Yeah, man, such an awesome guy. I'm glad he's able to get back out there, man. But this concludes our show for today, guys. Once again, subscribe and hit that thumbs up button to support us. We appreciate you guys tuning in and for the support as always. Me and Jacoby have the Dolphins winning this week with Tua coming back, playing the Cardinals. Like we both said, it's a must-win game. You got Buffalo next week. These guys owe us a good performance. Hopefully the Dolphins do what they're supposed to do. Big games from Tyreek, big games from Waddle. That remains to be seen. Jacoby, we missed you last week, and we're glad to have you back, my brother.
No, yeah, I appreciate you guys keeping the show going last week. It's been a tough time right now, but I'm glad I made it back this week, and I hope I hope we can have our first positive episode in a month next week. So
it'll be great.
I'm hoping on it.
I am hoping for the same thing, man. Just good vibes after a win, and then we could kind of talk about Buffalo, and we got some little things, little positivity to bring into a Buffalo week, man. We need
absolutely.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the game this week. We are all happy that Tua is back. Let's hope he stays on the field. That is the key to success. And me and Jacoby will see you right here back next week, Tuesday, same time, previewing the Buffalo Bills matchup. Hopefully talking about a win. We'll catch you next week. Thanks again for supporting and hit the thumbs up button.